Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Talk with Nikki. My name is Nicole Nyokabi, and today we are in Naiwave Studios. If you want a studio space where you can do your podcast, please call or DM the number on the screen. They have equipment. Kama uko kwa nyumba na unasikia uzembe wa kutoka kufanya podcast, they will come to where you are. And we are on road to 1,000 subscribers, so please subscribe. And today on our show, we have a very interesting guest. She's a human rights activist and a women and girls advocate. Ntacha introduce and then we'll get into what we're talking about today.
Hi guys, my name is Judith Adhiambo. You can call me Judy, that sits in well. I am a human rights activist stroke defender and a women and girls rights advocate. And I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
So let's get right into it. As a women and rights advocate, nikisema una convince your advocate and activist. As a women and girl advocate, what is it that you basically do for the women and the girls?
So as a woman and girls advocate, basically what I do, like I mentioned, I'm a human rights defender. Human rights is inclusive of both genders, men and women. But then as a woman and girls advocate, I deal purely with issues to do with girls and women. These are issues, gender inequality, gender disparities, sexual gender-based violence, especially that affects women. So that's my daily routine in regards to being a girls advocate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today I saw an article when I was coming about a governor who said that there should be a police force that is purely dedicated to women and gender and girls. Force yao ya kuwasaidia time they're dealing with like the way there's a rise on cases on femicide. What's your opinion on that?
That's a very nice step from the policymakers, and yes, it has taken in a lot of work.
Okay.
I would say from where I come from, we have one. Actually, in our police station, there is a gender-based desk specifically. It deals with gender-based. So then you can find there a man or a woman. So depending on who you're comfortable talking with, that department is strictly for gender-based violences. So we have, as human rights defenders, we've been advocating for that, so that at least on each and every police station, we have a gender desk officer. Her or his only work is to work on the cases that are reported in line to gender-based violences. Why we are doing this is so that these cases don't stay for so long in court. As we all know, the court processes in Kenya, it can take a while before such cases come to a close. Most of the time, we deal with vulnerable people, young girls, young women, young boys also. Then these are cases we don't want to prolong them because it gives the perpetrators the time. Because if we take somebody to maybe court and the case we're reporting warrants them bail and they're able to afford that bail, they're still in the community. So this means either they're violating another person or threatening the family of the victim. So we've wanted easy cases because nafanywa haraka. And yeah, we are glad that at least the policymakers are starting to embrace that. It will be really helpful so that if we report a case within maybe 3 months, it's done with and sentencing has been done, justice has been served. Yeah.
Okay, that's really nice. So there's been a rise of cases in femicide. Does it affect what you do on a day-to-day basis kulingana na when the femicide cases were low and right now? Does the rise in femicide cases affect?
A lot. Because you'd find that there is a notion, I don't know why people tend to think that all feminists are women. Yeah, true. Everyone thinks that all feminists are women, which is a lie. Not all feminists are women. A feminist is basically somebody who fights and advocates for rights of the other person, justice for everyone else. We also have men who are feminists. We've been trying to bring men on the space, but I would agree the number of women is higher, but not all feminists are women. We also have men who are helping us fight for rights and justice of the women and also boys, you know. But then, so with the issue of femicide, the rise in the cases, it's really a challenge because you find now as a woman, even if I'm following up on a case of somebody, I'm treading more carefully than I used to. If I get a phone call in the middle of the night, I'm not able to maybe respond to it as rapidly as I would back then. we are at a space where you just pray that the victim who is calling you makes it till morning, because you'll wake up to work on that in the morning, because you don't know sasa what awaits you out there at night, you know.
It's really sad.
And then you don't know if whoever is calling you is a trap, you know, because even the deaths that we are seeing are very funny deaths. Yes. So one, we normally say, despite the fact that we're fighting for human rights and all that, my safety also comes first.
True.
So yeah, sometimes it's a challenge. Back then, you'd get a phone call at 12 and then you call a few other colleagues and we run to do a rescue. Nowadays, the response is not even that rapid because we're also watching out for ourselves. And then living within the community and you're dealing with perpetrators, most of the time, our perpetrators are men.
Najua.
Naturally, they know us. Juu tumelelewa mtaa moja, ni watu tunajuana, unajua. Naturally, mwanaume ako na nguvu kunishinda. You know, despite me knowing my rights and all that, physically, mwanaume ana nguvu kunishinda. So you'd find that it's also a threat to me. Mtu akijua ni Judy anapiga hii kesi na anajua mali naishi, I'm putting myself at risk, I'm putting my family, I'm putting my son at risk. Because somebody might want to get to me, but because they cannot get me directly, they attack my family or my son. So yeah, it's a challenge.
Don't you think you should be provided with security ama a form of way to make sure that your family is safe hata ukisaidia watu wengine?
Sasa, that is the difficult part in feminism. We really think that at times we need a lot of security, which does happen sometimes, because you find in some cases you become a witness of the state. Of course, we have the you're provided security as a witness. You'll be taken off home, you're taken somewhere, but they will not take my whole family.
They'll just take you.
Yeah, they take me, who's the witness.
What about your immediate family?
I leave my immediate family behind. Even if we will be sheltered somewhere, it is always for some time. It's not long-term. It's not a long-term thing, because that place is like a holding area for some time. Once we're done with this case and everything is clear, I come back home. So it's the security is there sometimes. Sometimes it's not there completely. Because imagine, unaishi mali penye, your next door neighbor amerep mtoto wake.
Where?
You're reporting this person. Unajua mnaishi na mtu day in, day out. Yes. And then sheria zetu za Kenya, it goes two way. Siku zingine una win, siku zingine you don't win that case. Mtu anarudi wapi?
Kwa the same community.
Hapo. So ni wewe either uhame, ama you deal with this person. So yes, we feel like sometimes we need a lot of security, which is not fully guaranteed. Because utapata hii job ni job ya kujitolea. Hakuna ofisi yenye mimi naendanga kudemand salary for what I do.
Okay.
True, there isn't. Unless maybe you have organizations that support you. You have organizations that facilitate maybe your transport, facilitate maybe a few things, because we pay as a person, you got bills. So we have organizations that support, really support human rights defenders and feminists in whatever projects that we do. But there is no single office in Kenya that pays me for being a feminist. Pays me. There isn't. None that I know of. We are basically supported by, most of them are non-governmental organizations. The only time maybe when the government helps, to me file kesi kotini, I need witness protections. They'll come in. Yeah. So see ati ni job ati wake up and I report somewhere. No, ni kujitolea. I do my other things, I take care of the community as well.
Right?
Yeah.
So in turn, you're just giving back to the community?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Kwa sababu me have been born, raised, and I still live in Kibra. So having lived in Kibra, you see the kind of perpetrations that people go through, the kind of violences that women face, and for the longest time, no one was talking about them.
True.
Hakuna mtu alikuwa anaziongelelea. Women wanajua tu bwanangu alinigonga, but sasa zile societal norms za siwezi enda kufanya kesi na bwana yangu hakuna kenye ilikuwa ina happen. So unaona, when I finished high school in 2014, somebody held my hand. Her name is called Editor. She held my hand, akaanza kutufunza mambo za human rights, mambo za GBV. Hiyo time ndo GBV ilikuwa not really ilikuwa hapo, but sasa tumeileta kwa kijiji.
We are
creating awareness about it. Then it was time for us to step out of our comfort zones. Dita pia amelelewa mtaa. You know, she's a very vocal feminist. Actually, she calls herself femininja. Na ni ninja ukweli. Because anything to do with human rights, achezangi nayo, you know. Na tumelelewa sote mtaa. So alikuwa mkubwa wangu, nilikuwa tu ndio nimetoka high school, niko fresh. But then I realized this is the path that I want to follow. Juu hata mimi at some point maybe nime experience your violence, but ningejua ninge approach with different. But because sikujua, sikufanya anything about it, justice was never served. So yeah, that is how it began. So we started creating awareness. We are taught maybe either reporting pathways, where can I go to report, how to file in a case, how to make follow-ups, kidogo kidogo too, and yeah, today we are here. So we are quite a number of us within Kibra. And the issue of gender-based violence, it's tunaona changes kidogo kidogo. We're also trying to bring men on board. We have a justice center in Kibra. It's called Kibera Justice Center. Kibera Social Justice Center comprise of young youths and from different organizations, but tulikam pamoja kwa sababu aim yetu ilikuwa ni create a safer Kibra for me, for my son, for anyone who walks into Kibera. I'll tell you today, Kibera is so welcoming kwa sababu create awareness vibaya sana, and we've brought male allies on board kwa sababu most of the time perpetrators walikuwa men. So we sat and thought, what do we do with these men? They're our brothers, they're our sons, they're our fathers. What do we do? Wacha tupeleke conversation huko kwa men. So we literally take the conversation where they work. We take the conversation pali wana chill. We take the conversations at night when they are available. We will put a camp there, you know, so that we just wanted them to give us a listening ear. Like, skizeni, hizi ndio shida zenye tuko nazo. Na si lazima upige mtu, rape is an issue. Si lazima ufichie mtu juu ni brother yako, you know. Because today if I am raped, tomorrow it will be maybe your daughter. Na ikikuwa maybe kwa mtoto wako ndio utasikia hiyo uchungu ya kenye ule mwanaume mwingine amefanya. Unajua? So ilikuanga watu walikuanga wana ignore, like as long as I knew it's none of my business. But sasa we are watching out for who is next. We don't know. Perpetrator ni perpetrator tu. Hata anaweza rape mtoto wake na kesho arape wako. Unajua? So labda senyame rape wake, you're silent. Juu wako like na wewe atafanyaje hivyo mtoto wake? Question was, kesho akifanyia wako, what do you do?
That's really sad.
Exactly. So hapo ndo wakaanza embrace the conversation, like so what needs to be done? So justice system inawakaje in line to these people? Unajua kidogo kidogo the change is small but noticeable. Wanaanza embrace, tumewaleta on board. Tuko nao wengi hapo kwa Justice Center who are men, and they're really doing well in advocating for women rights. Yeah.
That's really nice. So I've been seeing posters about the 16 days of activism. Would you mind telling us what that is about?
Yeah, so we normally have 16 days of activism every year, actually, in Kenya. It starts from the 25th of November to 10th of December.
So ilianza jana?
Officially, ilianza jana. So within the 16 days of activism, to advocate for women rights, to advocate for end of gender-based violence. Sahi tumeincorporate ndani Femicide. We are advocating for a free space for women. The hashtag trending is hashtag stop killing women. Yeah, basically, hizo ndio areas mingi zenye tuna focus on. So we have activities that we do within the 16 days. We have, yesterday we had a march in Kibra, in line with the gender-based violence. So in a march, we gather somewhere, we talk about it, we have discussions, then we walk around Kibra with banners, flyers, and passing the message of gender-based violence. Today, we've really done some amazing job. Hapo around Olympic, we've been writing on the road, we've been doing paints, we've been on the road talking to people about it. If you walk somewhere around it, you'll see it's written stop killing women and gender-based violence. It's just a way of passing message. Unajua, kama itakufikia na ukitembea kwa barabara, you read. Message inafikanga either way. So then we have sports activities. Tunaekanga sports, we bring the men, we bring the women. So within each time yenye teams zinacheza ni sports short. within the breaks, we talk about gender-based violence.
Okay.
We want to hear the opinion of other people about gender-based violence. We want to hear what people think. Tunaweza fanya nini ili tuimalize? Unajua? Yeah. So it's basically a period to advocate for end of gender-based violence. Yes.
Okay. So there was some money allocated to the 16 days of activism. How is that money going to be spent? If you know, would you mind telling us? Because I've had a lot of people have the controversy of ilikuwa bribe ili watu wache wasende ile there's a mandamano planned for the 10th, the walk for the femicide.
For the femicide, yeah.
And a lot of people have talked about it and people are like, you're 100 million mulipo ili msiende kwa streets. So what would you tell people who have those controversial opinions of the 100 million that was given by the government or by the president was used for bribes?
I wouldn't say it was used for bribe per se. Hiyo 100 million mazemi janifikia bado. Yes. Because imekuwa na feminists wamepewa, watu wamenyamaza.
Kwani ni feminists wagani wamepewa hiyo pesa?
Watu hajanyamaza. Unajua within the feminism line, we also have leaders. Like in Kibra, we're privileged to have editor. Editor sits where decisions are being made in regards to feminists. So when they sit, they talk. Feminists ni wengi. Nicole, we are so many. The first match yenye tulifanya end femicide, ukiona wale watu wenye walitokea, tulikuwa wengi sana. So in hapa ndani ya feminism, we also fight for the rights of LGBTQ+ people. Kwa sababu what do we do with them? They are part of us. Ni mandugu zetu, ni mabrother zetu. We're also talking to people. It's really tough, but we're hoping with time watu wata-adapt. Kwa sababu there's nothing we can do about it. We only need to embrace them.
True.
Unajua? Because one exist. And as I said, as a human rights defender, above everything, I advocate for human rights. They're also human. They're not animals. Yeah. So, hiyo 100M yenye ilitolewa, I would relate it maybe to the first match. I don't know it's gonna trickle down this time round, but the last time hata si gava ilitupa hiyo do. Ilikuwa pia na controversy ya Pasaris gave and all that. We print shirts. We print shirts to use for the march. We print posters to use for the march. We hold talks kama hizi. Of course, you'll facilitate a venue. You'll facilitate refreshments for people when you're hapo. You'll facilitate reimbursement for the people that you have. Unajua, because at the end of the day, people need something to go home with. Unajua. Then it happens like that. Nasi ya Kibra peke yake. It's happening countrywide.
True.
So 100 million countrywide. Actually, it's kidogo. So we're just doing the bare minimum with it. Yeah.
So as we finish up our session, how does, for example, a victim of GBV, mwenye ameona hii video, how would they report or how would they get help? Kama vimesema, people call you in the middle of the night. If someone wants to call you to report something or talk about something, how would they get in touch with you or with an organization that can help them? So,
in line with that, you can always reach us. You can call 1195. You can call 1195. You will reach out. You can reach out to Kibera Social Justice Center. We are on our home pages. You can reach out to on your Facebook. You can check on Slum Peace and Empowerment Center. We have a gender desk officer present in that center. You can report your cases there. You can report cases to basically you can follow also on social media. Antigen also does reporting na rescue services. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for coming in today. Me nimelan a lot about GBV because I always thought that GBV was basically just for girls, but umesema something about even men being involved in GBV cases.
Yeah, we have men who are beaten.
Na wanakuja ku report
in their marriages. Kitambo they used to not to, but of late we are getting one or two who are bold enough to come and report. Unajua, men also get sodomized.
True.
Kitambo no one used to talk about that, and sodomy is a violation, so it happens. So like I said, try to bring more men on board. The moment they embrace that there's gender-based violence that affects men, inakuwa pia easy to assist them because as we know, men don't talk much. So we're trying to bring them on that space and to make them talk. Kwa sababu we cannot help you if you're not talking. That's why watu wanasemanga we are advocating for rights of women more than men. But women talk. Mwanamke hajui kunyamazia vitu. Men wananyamazia sana. Yeah. So we're trying to bring them to talk and them talking makes it easy for us. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much for coming in today. I'm hoping to host you again before the 16 days of activism. Arova, utuambie how the progress is going with the activism. Maybe one day I will join you in one of those activities.
I'll invite you for one. So
I'm hoping I'll be able to join you. So that's all we had for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and don't forget to leave a comment and tell us if you have any questions, if you need any help. You can find Judith. Ujatuambia socials zako.
On Facebook, I'm Judith Odhiambo. On Instagram, I'm Judith Odhiambo. I'm not really a fan of Twitter, but I have an account, Judith Odhiambo. So it's Judith Odhiambo on all social media platforms.
Yes. So if you need help from her, you know where to find her. So thank you very much. Please subscribe, and see you all next time.
Bye.